Okay, so what kind of situation do we currently have on GBP NZD? Now, from a monthly perspective, we know that the market has created this very nice bullish trend line, and the market is very near to going for a retest of it from a monthly point of view. And if the market will go for a test of it, then we can definitely expect a reaction from the zone. Now, if we look at the horizontal structure of the market at the moment, we know that we have clearly previous resistance here. The market broke it to the upside, was turned support, and currently the market is testing again this support. What we can also notice is that this is how the market moved up, down, higher high, equal low. So, up, down, higher high, equal low. What do you expect after a movement like this? After the market created a higher high and an equal low, you expect a wave to the upside before the continuation to the downside, right? Which also aligns with the horizontal structure that we currently have. So, from a monthly perspective, we can expect the market to create a wave to the upside before going for the next move down. We go on the weekly time frame. What kind of situation we have from a weekly perspective? Now, on the weekly, we can clearly see the strength of this level here. We can also notice that the market seems definitely overextended to the downside, and we can expect a retracement before the continuation again lower. So everything monthly and weekly are showing a bearish scenario, actually a bullish scenario before the bearish scenario. So they're both showing the possibility to look for a retracement in this market. We go down on the daily. What we can see on the daily time frame now. On the daily, we can see that at the moment all the structure is still bearish. The market has been creating lower lows and lower highs without signs of bullishness. In fact, the last time that the market broke the structure here, the previous support turned resistance perfectly and the market just melted to the downside. And currently, everything is still bearish. Why? Because the market hasn't created any bullish structure yet. This can easily just be a retracement before continuation to the downside. So, with students, we will not be interested in any longing situation on GBP and NZD before we will see proper developments, and I will now speak about it. But first, let's go and see what we have from a COT perspective. So, commitment of traders. What big banks and institutions are currently doing from a pound perspective and from an NZD perspective. Now, if we go and see what we have from a GBP perspective on the pound, from a hedge funds perspective, so the commitment of traders, what we can see that from an institutional point of view, we went from having 35k net positions to having minus 36k net positions, meaning that we went from having way more longs than shorts on the pound to having way more shorts than longs on the pound. In fact, we're currently sitting at 26k longs and 63k shorts from an institutional point of view. And in the last report, hedge funds closed in under minus 12k long positions, bringing the total long exposure at only 14.2%. So definitely the pound needs more developments, a proper accumulation phase before we can be looking for any kind of longs. And from an NZD perspective, we can see that currently we're sitting in minus 12k net positions, not much changed, only more longs getting added. So it's clear that everything is still bearish on this pair. So if we want to be looking for any shorting opportunity, it's anyway lower probability because I don't want to be shorting at a strong weekly and monthly support. It's a very clear concept. But at the same time, I don't want to buy a market that is getting shorted, okay? Because they still have proper shorts from an institutional perspective. So how we will be approaching this with students? We need to see a proper accumulation phase. So clear deceleration and some ranging here, or we can see a clear shift of the structure of the market. So for example, the market creating something like this. This is a very, very common reversal pattern. The market just creates first a W formation. So not necessarily a double bottom, but the market basically after a strong impulse makes a retracement, tries to make the new impulse to the downside, everybody starts to short, and that is perfect because hedge funds can use that liquidity coming from the shorts to actually buy, create a higher high, and at that point, what we will be doing with students, we will first be monitoring price action for a nice short position from a 4-hour perspective for the completion of the W formation at the neckline, so the previous resistance turn support, and then we will be monitoring price action from a 4-hour perspective, waiting for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries for the continuation to the upside, creation of this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. But anyway, this is trying to predict the market. But your job as a trader is not to predict, it's to react. And at the moment, there is no opportunity on this pair, neither for a long nor for a short. We need to see more development in the form of a nice deceleration or complete change of the structure from a daily point of view. And I will be keeping you guys updated on this pair. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you. And I will see you in the next video.